Hi, my name's Adrian Ellis. I'm a screen composer. I have about 17 years of experience in the business, and I'm the current chair of the Screen Composers Guild of Canada. This is my number one tip for new music creators just getting started in the business. So as music creators, we know that the music creation part of what we do is the fun part. That's the part we all really enjoy and we're really good at. But we're also storytellers. So when you're thinking about how you're getting yourself out there in the marketplace, whether it's connecting with fans or potential clients, use that same ability that you have to tell a great story and apply to everything else that you're doing. So what do I mean by storytelling? Well, it's really about thinking about the elements that make up a story and then using it for different situations, right? So what is a story? Basically, a story is put a person in the jungle, set the beasts upon them, will they survive? You've got a problem or a challenge and a hero that has to overcome that challenge, and then you have a hopeful outcome, but you don't know whether that outcome's going to happen. And that's a hook for people to get into. So when you're writing a social media post, don't just talk about your next gig or talk about, what you're working on right now. Set up a problem for people to get really invested in. What are you challenged with? What are you struggling with? And then tell a story about how you overcame that struggle, or how you maybe even meeting that struggle right now. And then people will be really invested in that outcome. And the same thing can be applied when you're networking. Let's say you're at an industry event and you're trying to meet people. Well, the first thing I always suggest is be curious and ask questions first. Find out about the other person. Don't talk about yourself too much. But if it comes around to them asking you, what do you do? How do you answer that? Well, talking about your music is a really tough thing, and most of us can't really answer that question really well. So what I find is really helpful is, again, applying that storytelling idea. So you're going to put them in the headspace of some incredible moment or some, moment of struggle for you, or maybe somebody that you worked with, your collaborators, and how you moved through that. So then when you're telling that story, it becomes the process. It becomes about what does it feel like to work with you? And that's really going to help people lean in and really be interested in you and what you do. So the third part of this is your own personal story. So whether that's, writing your bio or just talking to someone about what you do and how you do it, it's finding your own voice, finding your own sort of unique angle. What is it that you do that no one else does quite the same way? It's not like you have to know all the answers. No one's expecting you to be perfect right out of the gate. In fact, vulnerability and being able to talk about things you're struggling with makes you more relatable. It makes you connect with people, because what you're doing is talking about the things that are shared values and goals. And that's going to help you connect with people that are either going to become your fans, or maybe your clients and collaborators, or maybe both. So to wrap this all up, don't think so much about marketing and branding and all these kind of like business buzzwords. Think instead about the thing you already do well, which is storytelling. So figure out how to tell your story in a way that uses those three elements. What is it about you that's unique and different and that's going to connect with people based on shared values and goals?